These are the practical suggestions and the common mistakes which are found in cooperative society, which I would like to share with you. Normally our impression is that housing society is only form of society, but there are more than 50 plus forms of society. You may be surprised, for lift people, there is lift irrigation society, credit society is there, so many types of there. Basically for a cooperative societies, there are certain advantages. The basic thing is, it is a combination of capital and participation. I explained to you why a power of attorney holder cannot attend the general body meeting, because this participation plays a very valuable role in solving the problems. We have seen in cooperative societies many times cooperative compound interest being recovered. Earlier we had the farmers and all those things, and it was one of the objectives was that they should not be penalized by the money lenders, and therefore this compound interest thing has been stopped and not permitted under the Cooperative Act. Similarly, when payments are being made to contractors above the stipulated limit, you have to deduct tax deducted at source. When your building is being repaired, I am not referring just to redevelopment, but also for major repairs, you have to take permission of the BMC, you have to pay water charges and debris charges. The accounts have got to be submitted to the office of the registrar. Accounts does not mean just handing over income expenditure balance sheet. It means handing over receipts of payments account as well as the audit rectification report. My experience is most of the societies don't maintain these things in a proper manner. Audit rectification report should be regularly submitted, wherein whatever are the irregularities found in the working of the society, they should be sorted out. Transfer amount also, I made a mention earlier. Normally, people say that member is a defaulter, let us reduce X amount and resolve the issue. But there is no such provision. You cannot waive a single rupee without the written consent of the registrar as well as the auditors. This thing. We see a lot of unauthorized construction, particularly in colonies where ground floors are there. People on ground floor encroach. If there is open space between the front or in front of the flat, or two flats are purchased, the open space is utilized by the particular member. Tax liabilities are not being complied with. Tax is not complied on various amounts, step is not there. Taken conveyance, we made a mention. Cash is also kept, in a huge amount is kept as cash. Payments are made by bearer checks. Property is not insured properly. Funds are not invested. The sinking fund amount, which is you are a custodian for the future generation, that is also spent on the day-to-day amounts. Managing committee meetings are not called regularly in societies. Basic thing, indemnity bond. This is the window to the registrar to make money. Please tell your society to execute the indemnity bond, otherwise registrar will come. Registrar, I would say, let your enemy take over the management of the society, but don't involve the registrar, is my personal view. Because name any wrong thing done, the probability is they will say this is a very small thing compared to our recent gimmicks and adventures. Whenever you are dealing with the government authorities, in Maharashtra, the state government, this is the act which is very important for you, and I suggest that you make extensive use of this and Right to Information Act. What does this act stipulate? The Maharashtra Government Servants Regulation of Transfer and Prevention of Delay in Discharge of Official Duties Act 2005. Section 10(1). Every government servant shall be bound to discharge his official duties and the official work assigned or pertaining to him most diligently and as expeditiously as feasible. Now is the beauty. Provided that normally no file shall remain pending with any government servant in the department or office for more than 7 working days. The entire matter should get closed within 45 days. Now see the part. Shall take the necessary addition and necessary action in the matter within 45 days, and in respect of files required to be referred to any other department decision and necessary action shall be taken within 3 months. So it is inter-department, within 3 months they have to close this. Now next important this thing. Any willful or intentional delay or negligence in the discharge of official duties or in carrying out the official work assigned or pertaining to such government servant shall amount to dereliction of official duties and shall make such government servant liable for appropriate disciplinary action under the Maharashtra Civil Discipline and Service Appeal Rules or any other disciplinary rules applicable to such employees. Next. The concerned competent authority on noticing or being brought to its notice any such dereliction of duties on the part of any government servant after satisfying itself of such dereliction on the part of such government servant shall take appropriate disciplinary action against such defaulting government servant under relevant disciplinary rules, including taking any entry to such dereliction of duty in the annual confidential report of the government servant. Best thing, friends, write one thing which Mr. Sailesh Gandhi, the earlier Right to Information Commissioner and who was a speaker here earlier, had taught me. Never go to the RTI office. Never go. Send 10 rupees court fee by registered AD. The officer has got all the papers in front of him. Your presence is not required. If that officer is making some mistake, no problem. You go and file an appeal. Even if the appellant authority is making a mistake, no problem. You go on subsequent appeal. Don't leave your office, just draft the complaint. All facts and materials are there. Let him give any number of dates. You say, I don't want to add anything. This is what I have to say, and this you proceed. And coming on this particular thing, you make an application to a government officer, follow it up with RTI. And the beauty of RTI is you should know how to abstract the work from the officer in priority. Let me give you a few examples. Any application you are making under RTI should always begin with this thing, as per record, please provide. Any application. Second thing, you make him dance if he is making you dance. Make it a point to use this section 10. Send a copy of it. A dialogue comes to you, file is not traceable. Write a polite letter. If the file is not traceable, you please file an FIR. Let disciplinary action be taken against the record officer who is supposed to maintain record of the government. Ask him the question of all the seniorities. And the beauty of our democracy is you may not care a damn who is the chief minister or who is the principal secretary or the chief secretary. I always suggest to all my friends, you address the letters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, starting from chief minister to the lowest officer. As I said, in government, no one reads many times. So when a letter is sent to the chief minister, the PA without reading the contents will write to the lower department, please do the needful and report compliance thereof. After same way, when this letter goes to the deputy CM, same comment will come. Same comment will come from principal secretary. Same comment will come from commissioner. So that officer who has the habit of forgetting your work will at least have to write 4 letters to these 4 people, if not more. And with RTI, every 15 days you follow it up. I think that this should suffice.